And we're back, and welcome back to you. We are with Melrose, Melrose celebrates community and culture. And here to tell us more is Edwin Pagan, Communications and Media Director for Nos Quedamos. Welcome. We stay Nos Quedamos, Inc.
That is correct.
There
Thanks
we go.
for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about the organization and how it got its start and why.
Well, Nos Quedamos started in the summer of 1993. And it started as a result of the founder, Yolanda Garcia, who was a business owner in the region, and she started realizing that property prices were being inflated, that people in the community were being evicted, and she got together with a group of community residents, business owners, and other stakeholders to start having a debate about what that meant for the people who had been there long term. And they formed Nos Quedamos, which originally was like sort of an organizing committee and then fully became the organization that it is today, years later. But what they did that was really impressive in the early days was that they actually got the city to come out from its towers of power downtown and have to come to the Bronx, particularly the South Bronx, and negotiate what was going to happen in the region. So it wasn't just urban planners downtown saying, this is what's going to happen, but for the first time, community residents empowered themselves to say, no, if you want to build in the Bronx, if you want to change what's going to happen here, it can't happen without the voice of the people. And specifically, you have to come to where it's going to happen so we can have an equal footing debate about that. And we're going to say what's going to happen. You're not going to dictate to us what's going to happen. And over the years, Nos Quedamos has built 22 buildings in the Melrose Commons region, which is very impressive when you think about that we just got into celebrating our 25th anniversary. So that's quite an accomplishment.
So 25 years in, you've got an event coming up this Saturday. It's the 25th anniversary.
That's
I'm sure
correct.
it'll be big. Tell us about it.
Well, the event, We're Melrose, kicks off the 25th anniversary proper. It originally was scheduled for June 9th, but we got rained out. And so now it's happening this coming Saturday on the 21st, and it takes place from noon to 6 p.m. And the thematic of it is Común Unidad, which is a sort of hybrid of using community and common unity as sort of a moniker for us to sort of kick off the kind of mood we want to have. So it's about really people coming together. If you come together in a common unified fashion, that makes community. But we're also celebrating the diversity that's taking place in the Melrose region. Historically, it's been African American and Puerto Rican, Latino. Used to be highly German in the last century. You know, it was a big enclave of the German community. But African American, Latino in the last 40, 50 years. But now you're getting people from the Middle East coming in. You're getting people from West Africa, South and Central America, Mexico. And so it's a really mixed community, and you see it most often when you open your doors and you look outside at 3 o'clock and you see the parents going to pick up their kids in school. You see the diversity, you see the dress, you hear the dialogue and the languages. So we want to celebrate that instead of saying how some say that, you know, diversity is not good for the community or immigrants shouldn't be here. You know, in the Bronx, we actually embrace it because it makes our community richer, and it's a wonderful thing. You know, so you're going to see some of that this coming Saturday when we have people performing from those cultures. So we'll have people from doing bomba y plena from the Puerto Rican community. We'll have a Mexican dance group. We'll have a West African drum group that's going to perform. We'll have poets, an all-female poet group that's going to perform. And it's going to be a nice event because it's family friendly, you know, and it's really, it's geared for people to take a break from their daily work life and just kick back a little bit, enjoy. There's going to be music, there's going to be food, and there's going to be, you know, just the community out in force.
If people want to participate, do you have vendors? How can people get involved?
Well, if people want to get a table, and we do have vendors, they can call the office at 718-585-2323, and they could speak to Anna Melendez, and she can sort of send them the application so that they can get a spot. And every year we've done it, we get about 1,200 people coming throughout the day because it's, you know, it's in a nice place where it's, you know, people can sort of get to it, easily accessible. And the street is also a decommissioned street that belongs to Nos Quedamos, so we have easy access, and we're also in partnership with the tenants that are there. So the community that already lives there is already pre-built, but the people that also get the announcement come out and they just want to enjoy what the South Bronx has to offer.
That's awesome. Tell us maybe what is one of your proudest moments for the organization in its 25 years?
Well, I've only been with the organization 2.5 years, but when I had heard of the organization many years before I came there, and it was always on a good note and about all these things they were doing. You know, having heard early on that a Latina sort of was at the head of the organization and had done all these accomplishments, but now coming in and having worked with them on a personal basis, it's a small staff and they get so much done and they're so dedicated. You know, you see it every day where the staff works late sometimes and they work, because it's not just Community Development Corporation, it's also a social service agency. And so when you see them, people come in distressed about housing or dealing with the city bureaucracy for certain entitlement programs, and they sit with there and guide them to the process, advocate for them, make the necessary calls, and people come in probably with a you know, heavy load on their shoulders, and they leave kind of relieved to have somebody have their back. So when I see that day to day, it makes me proud to be part of the organization.
Awesome. And this is happening Saturday, the 21st, from noon to 6.
That's correct.
In the Melrose section there. Y'all come out.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
160th between Melrose and Elton, and everybody's invited.
There you have it. All right, we're going to take a quick break right here, but we'll be right back with more Open.